When we first got Andrew's diagnosis, I was in shock for a minute. I think I knew. I mean, we had an idea that this was really the route we were going, but when you hear those words, it changes everything. And then I quickly thought, all the hopes that I had for my son are gone. He would never grow up to be an athlete, or he may never grow up to be a scientist or a doctor or something like that. And that, I cried. I was angry, sad. I had a spouse who didn't quite understand. Some family members that thought, it's more discipline, and it was definitely an adjustment, a major adjustment that probably took a couple of years to really finally get our heads around. But once I was able to do that and learn more and armed myself with the knowledge just by doing research and talking to people, I realized that my son can have a normal life just like anyone else when you have the proper tools, the proper therapies and stuff like that, and you have the knowledge to do so. My son is 12 now. He was diagnosed when he was 4.5, so almost 8 years have gone by since we got our initial diagnosis. And for those parents who think that autism is the end of the world, it's not. We've gone from being, having a child who could barely speak, who had uncontrollable rage and temper tantrums, who was completely shut off to the world, who is now going into 7th grade, an A and B student, plays sports, knows everything there is to know about sharks, wants to go to college, wants to go to the military, wants to do all these things. And it's because we had such wonderful therapists and teachers, and we've armed ourselves and surrounded ourselves with a great support group. So it just goes to show you that autism doesn't mean your life is over. There are so many wonderful things that autism actually opens your world up to. That doesn't mean that it won't be difficult. And my advice to new parents would be seek support. Whatever community you're in, try to find a support network. A lot of those of us who have older children who have experienced, living with autism for many years are full of a wealth of information, or there's also organizations in various communities that can help you. When you first get the diagnosis, it's probably one of the scariest moments of your life, and you're seriously wondering, where do I go from here? My life, is over, or my child's life is over. But it's not. There's really a lot of help out there for you. And once you find those connections and you get that help and that support you need, you realize that you can get through it. To all you parents out there, if you're dealing with, whether it be autism, Asperger's, PDD, NOS, which for those who don't know is pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified. If you struggle today, if you're going through this on your own, there's hope out there. There's people out there who are there to help you. And it can't rain all the time. The sun will eventually shine. And you will see what wonderful children your little miracles turn out to be.